All right, my next guest at this time is an indie pro wrestler. Her name is Diamond Doll, and she is joining me right now. Hello, Miss Doll.
What's up? What's up?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing real good, and thank you so much for joining me this evening. I truly appreciate it.
No problem. My pleasure.
Well, Diamond Doll, let's go ahead and begin. And what made you decide to become a wrestler? How did it all came about for you?
I have always grown up around wrestling. I grew up around the Memphis area, so we followed Memphis wrestling, and it's always just been a dream to be a part of that, and so I finally decided it was time to follow my dreams.
So, what I want to know about the Diamond Doll character is, was that your idea or was that a promoter's idea to make this character a reality?
The Diamond Doll character is all me.
So, it, that being said, when the character first started and all, like, how did you feel, you know, having to wrestle through a mask and you know, were there any signs of difficulty? Like, got to make sure that the mask looks good so you can see your opponent. Like, were there any rough upbringings when you first became Diamond Doll?
Um, Working under a mask is a lot different than working without a mask. You don't have the peripheral vision that normal people have, so it is very difficult to adjust. But after some time, you learn to work with it.
That's good to know because I think you are one of the few women wrestlers that I know that wears a mask. I guess unless if people, watch a lot of lucha libre. I mean, there may be some masked female wrestlers
Yeah.
there, but you are one of the few, at least here in America, that I know, and just been keeping an eye on your work and everything and your matches. You definitely have made the most out of your opportunities. You are quite the talent. You have a bright future. I truly believe, and you. And I guess sometimes for whether it's masked or unmasked, it may take time to embrace the character, but you seem to embrace Diamond Doll character very well.
I love my Diamond Doll character. It's like I said, it's a part of me, so it's easier to embrace something that you envision and that you create versus what someone else does.
So Diamond Doll, do you have, or better yet, the question I wanted to ask you is, do you remember your first ever wrestling match that you ever had? And if so, who was your opponent or opponents? And what company did you work for?
My first match, I was at Ultimate Combat Wrestling in Union City, Tennessee, and I wrestled a guy that goes by the name of Oz.
Okay, so how did you feel entering that match, and how did you feel after the match ended, considering that being your first match?
I was extremely nervous, but it went well. It went really good, actually, and I got the victory, and afterwards I felt wonderful. It was no turning back after that point.
Who would you consider your the biggest rival that you have ever had in your career? The one person in particular that maybe you despise the most, but you respect just because you're in the ring with that person and you and your opponent give it all you have. Who do you consider your biggest rival?
As of today, my biggest rival would be Little Bit.
I definitely recognize that name a little bit. She is wrestled in the Indies like yourself, and
Yes.
from my understanding, she's now in charge of her own female custom wrestling company called UWW, which, from my understanding, you, Miss Diamond Doll, are one of the participants that will be part of the first ever UWW taping. And for those that may or may not know, for female wrestling customs, what that basically is that they leave the matches to you, the fans, which means
Correct.
you can book Diamond Doll a match against any of the female wrestlers that are scheduled. I know a little bit, considering she's the owner, she's gonna be there. Um, so talk about
Any female or male.
it.
We have several males on the lineup as well.
So considering that this is very historic because this is the first custom taping for this company, and obviously people are gonna want to book some Diamond Doll matches. Now this is when you come in. Like, this is a live interview, and maybe this to answer to this next question, fans will get a good idea of who will they rather see you go up against. Now, of all the females and males that are scheduled to be in this taping, who would Diamond Doll will want to go up against in this first UWW taping?
I would love to get my hands on a little bit once again. And I would also love to get Nikki Lane, that is coming out of retirement. I would love to have a match with her.
So you heard it there, fans. Diamond Doll wants to go up against a little bit, and Nikki Wayne. There's many more talent. I hear Michelle Myers is going to be there, Paris Kelly.
Correct.
And you can go to
So if you've been on there, the Diamond Doll needs to show how to treat a lady. So I wouldn't mind getting a match with some of those guys and showing them what the Diamond Doll can do.
So you heard her suggestions. Now you, the fans, have a chance to make that a reality. Now you can go ahead and contact Little Bit on booking these matches, and everything else falls into place.
The cutoff date to order your match is August the 1st.
There you have it. So that's about a week to get those matches up and running, get them funded, if you will. So
right. If you're interested, just contact the UWW company. You can just email them at ultimatewomenswrestling@yahoo.com, and they will answer any questions you have.
So Diamond Doll, in addition to UWW, do you have any upcoming shows that you would like to promote?
This weekend I'm actually doing another custom. I'm doing MLOW, which is Magnificent Ladies of Wrestling. I'm going to be in South Haven, Mississippi, coming up on August the 9th. I've got Garland, Tennessee. I've got Illinois coming up in September and October. So definitely going to be on the road quite a bit.
Oh, and I'm definitely familiar with Magnificent Ladies Wrestling as well. And you've been there before, and you do have matches available for people to purchase. So you can go to magnificentladieswrestling.com, and you can purchase downloads. That includes Diamond Doll and some of the biggest names in female wrestling. They have a bunch of downloads to choose from, but make sure you get Diamond Dolls first, and then you can get
That's right.
everybody else. No.
That's right.
So now you have proved to embrace being a masked character, and we all know male wrestlers, they do the whole mask thing as well. would you like to see more females consider, you know, being masked, or is it just mostly based depends on what the owner, what the booker and promoter wants? Is that something that you would like to see
I
more?
think it depends on the person, the wrestler themselves. It depends on what they want to do. I'm sure your booker and promoter has say in it, but as far as what you want to prevail in the wrestling business, you've got to figure out what you want to do and what's best for you and go with that.
I definitely understand that, and I guess maybe it's probably not something that a lot of promoters want to do. I All I say is for the promoters, or even the female wrestlers that may, have an open mind. At least take a look at it. At least give it a test one, if you will, and I guess see how it goes. If you get a good, if you're comfortable with it, then one with. If not, at least you can say you tried. For Diamond Doll's case, she tried it, and she still goes along with it. I mean, it's pretty much part of her now. Do you think you being the female mask character, do you think that maybe it brings more fear to your opponents, like because you're masked and they don't know they don't know what to expect? Do you think it brings a little bit more mystique? In
Yes. That plus the outfit, they don't know what's coming.
Well, I will say that that diamond. I like the Diamond Dog character. I like that you are going with this character, and you still have the character to this day, and I'm happy for what you've been able to accomplish, and I definitely say I hope many more success comes your way, and so for people that wants to learn more of you, or keep an open eye on up and coming events and stuff like that, why don't you go ahead and promote your social media links, your Facebook, Twitters, and any other links people
Um,
need to know?
I don't have a Twitter yet, but I do have, you can follow me on Facebook. My page is just Diamond Doll. I have Instagram. You can find me on there. And I hadn't got to the Twitter yet, but I'm looking at it.
All right, so Diamond Doll is on Facebook, and you just have a page, a personal page, not a fan page at the moment.
Right, at the moment.
So go, just search Diamond Doll, and default picture is a mask and a jumpsuit, black and silver. Can't miss it. And
Can't miss it.
yeah, and there's in the profile picture, that's, I guess someone's photo bombed you from behind. So I guess someone is, I don't know, entering the ring or entering out the ring, and I guess the person's name was on the back of his or her backside. But I'm not gonna go too far with that. Diamond Doll is on Facebook. That's all you need to know. Go send her a friend.
That's right. Follow me on Facebook.
Yes. Now, if you, Diamond Doll, can have a dream match, it could be against anyone, a male, female, indie, pro, dead, or alive. What would your dream match be?
Oh, my. Dream match. I'm going to give you one of my dream matches. I would love the opportunity to work Miss Natural, Heather Patera. I have teamed with her, and I have watched her work, and she is very, very great. She's a great wrestler, and I have much respect for her, and I have not had the opportunity to actually wrestle her. she would be one of my dream matches in the indie.
I love Miss Natural. I have been a fan of her for many years. And I've interviewed her twice. She's definitely, how would I say, no holds barred, if you will. She doesn't
Right.
hold back. She's very passionate, and she's a keep it real person, definitely like yourself. So that sounds like a very intriguing match to me. Diamond Doll versus Mixed Natural. Hey, I mean, you represent the future. She's like the present. Still wrestling to this day. So I mean, old school, new school. I like the sound of that. Um, Diamond Doll, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, and I want to say thank you for joining me this evening. I truly appreciate it. Again, you can go check her out on Facebook under Diamond Doll, and go to UWW, or better go to Little Bit's Facebook page and book Diamond Doll some matches for the first UWW taping. And
Right. Let's wipe out some people. Let's dominate.
she'll go up, and she's willing to go up against male or female, especially guys, because battle of the sexes, absolutely. But thank you for your time, Miss Doll, and you have a good night.
You too. Thanks for having me.
All right, bye bye.
Bye-bye.
That was Diamond Doll joining me here.